Days of Our Lives week of July 21st preview. Doug leaves Salem, Marlena collapses, and EJ gets fascinated. Days of Our Lives is EJ's secret partner, the scheming Vivian. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers exercise videotape for the week of July 21st to 25th reveals that Doug Williams' thrill leaves Salem, while Marlena Evans collapses in court. EJ DiMera will also get fascinated, so then's what days suckers can look forward to. Days of Our Lives' daily promo kicks off with Doug stopping by the Horton house to apologize to Julie Williams and say goodbye. Julie will admit that Doug has a great deal of implicit, so she'll stopgap perhaps he can turn his life around. Doug and Julie will partake a tender moment despite all the choker drama, so at least they'll kindly make peace before his exit. Next, Tate Black will call Sophia Choi back after getting her voicemail about apparently being in labor. Once Tate asks if Sophia is okay, she'll contend she had the baby formerly. Sophia will claim she gave birth in Chicago and let the consanguineous parents take the baby home, so Tate will face plenitude of shocking news. Next, EJ will be willing to try anything to find the malefactor who fired at him that night. At Belle Black's urging, EJ will let Marlena grip him and try to dig up those buried recollections. While EJ's under hypnotism, Marlena will ask who he's talking to and will push him to tell her what he saw. EJ looks visibly worried as he tries to flash back in Day's daily promo, but we know Johnny DiMera's trial will move forward anyhow. In the courtroom latterly, Marlena will collapse into Abe Carver's arms as Belle. Johnny and EJ watch hard. Belle will rush to Marlena's side and fear over her mama's unforeseen health extremity. "Mama, wake up," Belle exclaims in Day's daily exercise videotape. As for Holly Jonas and Ariana Ari Horton, they'll get creative in prison. Ari will try to crawl to freedom after removing a grate, but she'll cry out once she's outside, and effects go wrong. In the city forecourt, Gwen von Leuskner will push Gabby Hernandez's buttons over Stefan DiMera. Gwen will mention that Dimitri von Leuskner may not be the only DiMera who's gone MIA, so she'll get under Gabby's skin and launch some conflict with her. Days of Our Lives is EJ's secret partner, the scheming Vivian. Days of Our Lives sees EJ DiMera is rich, but not enough to buy University Hospital. So, we want to talk about whether Vivian Alamain is the secret mate that helped him get his hands on Salem's medical center. And we've got some breadcrumbs. We've got some leak word. We've lots to talk about. We're going to dive into whether EJ DiMera turned to notoriety whose family conterminous to help him buy the sanitarium, or perhaps that person brought him into the deal. And it could be an outlaw ditched Madame Vivian Alamain who supplied enough finances for his winning shot. EJ DiMera's financial investigation unraveling the riddle of University Hospital's purchase. Now, you may be apprehensive that EJ's finances are under disquisition by both the ISA and the FBI in a common design, with Kat Green and Ray Fernandez leading the charge if you're current on Moment's occurrences. I know some of you guys say you just come then, and you do'n't really watch. So, that's presently what's passing if you're not watching. Ever since EJ DiMera won the shot to buy the failing University Hospital, people have wondered how he did it. And it's one thing for Xander Cook to put in a shot. He has got the buying power of the concerted forces of Titan and also DiMera Enterprises, the merged company behind him. But EJ, that sanitarium purchase would have come out of his own particular fund. But indeed his pockets aren't that deep. And Shane Donovan told Kat Green she demanded to come back as a ISA critic and work with recently reinstated FBI Joe Ray Fernandez to figure out if EJ used dirty plutocrat to buy the sanitarium. Days of Our Lives Rafe ratted out EJ. And Ray Fernandez, of course, just revealed the tea to Kat Green about EJ putting a ringer in his place and just a whole bunch of other schemes he's done. But following the plutocrat trail formerly, Kat Green and Ray Fernandez see that EJ didn't have enough plutocrat of his own to buy the sanitarium outright. Plus, the sanitarium wasn't doing well on Days of Our Lives. It was failing. So, it's not a great investment. There's the verse 6 medicine that could bring in billions, but that's like times down the road. It takes so long to get medicinals out. So, I'm really wondering if ever Vivian Alamein is involved, and she's working on this with EJ DiMera, and there may be a third conspirator. The web of deception, EJ, family secrets, and implicit conspirators. So, obviously, Vivian Alamein is the mama of EJ's family, Stefan DiMera, who's missing but alive. But first, before we dig more into the whole Vivian Alamein dynamic, I want to talk about EJ DiMera, because he's swamped right now. He's trying to exculpate his son Johnny DiMera from those tried murder charges. And of course, right now he doesn't know. But he'll soon that people are hot on his trail digging into his finances. Kat Green and Rafe Hernandez, it looks like Patch might be digging into it as well. And they've done this whole retcon, which is a literal rewrite to make a current plot presumptive if you do and know the word retcon. So, the retcon has made Kat Green an expert fiscal critic for the ISA, and Rafe Hernandez is a seasoned FBI agent. He's a former police commission. So if anybody can trace where the big check EJ DiMera wrote came from, I suppose those two stand a good chance. Days of Our Lives, who hasn't docket? So they need to figure out which rich Salemite hasn't docket for the sanitarium and who might be involved. Who differently in city could go to throw cash in that big a pile to fund the sanitarium purchase. And not only who has that important plutocrat, but who it would actually be willing to work with EJ DiMera, since he's the face of the operation and he's, kind of one of the public adversaries in city. It's easily not Xander Cook or Philip Kyriakis. Now, you see and forget that Gwen Rizek has a pile of Von Lochner plutocrat. But I do and really see her having a reason to invest in University Hospital. But that's not to say that she's not entirely uninvolved. And also, grounded on Gwen's converse with EJ DiMera, they do and feel to be in cahoots about any kind of collective investment or business design. Days of Our Lives, EJ on top. So, I suppose EJ DiMera is the face of the plan, but not the finances behind the plan. Because, flashback, he had to play nice with the board members to get their votes, too. So, it wasn't just plutocrat. It was EJ DiMera against stiff competition from Xander Cook, who was also fighting for votes. And lucky for EJ DiMera, Xander Cook was arrested for beating Philip Kyriakis further than half to death. So that cost Xander Cook a whole lot of votes. However, Xander Cook might have won the vote, if not for that brutal attack on Philip Kyriakis and also Jada Hunter arresting him. And of course, to make matters worse, Jada Hunter arrested Xander Cook at the sanitarium in front of people that either had a vote or that were veritably close to board members. So the board suggested for EJ DiMera. The sanitarium got the buyout finances. And indeed, though Philip Kyriakis didn't press charges, Xander Cook no way could get the deal undone. Vivian Alamein, the secret benefactor behind Salem University Hospital? So, then's why we suspect Vivian Alamein might be the source of the plutocrat behind EJ DiMera's sanitarium buyout. First of all, Madam Vivian Alamein is loaded. Second, she had close ties to EJ DiMera through his pater, Stefano DiMera, because she gave birth to binary sons Jake DiMera and Stefan DiMera, who are EJ's half-sisters. Sorely, if you do end flashback, Jake DiMera failed at the hands of an fortified bushwhacker in July 2022, right after he proposed to Ava Vitali. And also in October 2024, Vivian Alamein had her manservant, Yvonne, abduct her other son, Stefan DiMera, outside the DiMera manse. Days of Our Lives, Vivian's part in it all. That's because Vivian Alamein didn't want Stefan DiMera to reunite with Gabby Hernandez. Vivian Alamein allowed no woman was ever good enough for her sons, and surely not Gabby Hernandez. So Vivian Alamein forged divorce papers, transferred him to Gabby Hernandez, had Stefan DiMera stuffed in a box and forcefully deported to Alamania. So Vivian Alamein may want the sanitarium to secure a future for Stefan DiMera in Salem. And the medical installation with its exploration lab could be veritably economic, especially once the FDA approves the life-saving sepsis medicine, Versix. Plus, Vivian Alamein could be involved with the DiMera's crooked frenetic scientist, Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, working on a new and advanced interpretation of the veritably dead primogenitor Stefano DiMera. Days of Our Lives, Marlena dreams of Stefano. So the summer/fall promo showed Marlena featuring of being Stefano's Queen of the Night again. And Anna DiMera told Tony DiMera she thinks Stefano DiMera is alive. She meaning Marlena. So, I would be completely down for Vivian Alamein having Ralph push pop Stefano's recollections into notoriety differently's head, like perhaps his son Stefan DiMera, and him coming back all evil, like a Stefano DiMera 3.0. I suppose we've to count Stino when they put Stefano's recollections into patch as Stefano DiMera 2.0 plus. And I mean, gosh, have there been further along the way? So, numerous performances. But Vivian Alamein may also want vengeance on her surrogate son, Philip Kyriakis, to discipline him for rejecting her after she forged the documents, so he could steal partial Xander's heritage. And Philip Kyriakis didn't give Vivian Alamein the big payout she wanted. So she might have helped fund EJ DiMera as a poke at Philip Kyriakis and his family Xander Cook, principally so they couldn't have the sanitarium just to be petty and vengeful. Alliances and conspiracies unmasking the truth behind the DiMera empire. And don't forget, Vivian Alamein was released from captivity the same day EJ DiMera was shot. Now, I know some people suppose Vivian Alamein might have shot EJ DiMera, but I just don't see a clear motive there. And our very dependable leaker told us Rachel Black put a pellet into Uncle EJ DiMera. But Vivian Alamein may be conspiring with him. You know, I could see her creeping into the sanitarium, talking to EJ DiMera after he woke from his coma. And Vivian Alamein might have set up out the sanitarium was for trade, decided to throw in with EJ DiMera. Because he's got the reason to buy it, saying they just saved his life. Days of our lives unanticipated conspiracy. Plus, our leaker told us Vivian Alamein may be conspiring with Gwen Rizek. That's why she's so hyped up about moving into the DiMera manse. Vivian Alamein might have colluded with Gwen Rizek while they were both in Alamania. Vivian Alamein might have gotten Gwen Rizek to agree to cover EJ DiMera and make sure nothing takes him down. So, Gwen Rizek might actually be there to cover EJ DiMera from effects like Kat Green and Rafe Hernandez and Patch trying to take him down. And our leaker said that Gwen Rizek and Vivian Alamein would compass together. But Gwen Rizek would be the frontal woman, because Louise Sell wasn't available to do important filming. So, that's one further reason to suspect Vivian Alamein could be EJ's DiMera's silent mate. What do you guys suppose? Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.